So moving up to the next, we can see here differentiations of T cells, and here we see positive selections, that is thymic cortex double positive, that is CD4 helper cells, and CD8 cytotoxic T cells expressing TCRS, that is T cells receptors capable of binding self MHC on cortical epithelial cell surface. Now for negative selections, thymic medulla, that is T cell expressing TCRS, that is T cells receptor with high affinity for self antigen undergo apoptosis or become regulatory T cells. Now tissue restrictions, self antigens are expressed in thymus due to the actions of autoimmune regulator, that is AIR. So deficiency of leads to autoimmune polyendocrine syndromes 1. Similarly, chronic mucocutaneous candidiasis, hypoparathyroidisms, adrenal insufficiency, and recurrent candida infections without AIR gene. Without AIR, our body will carry. This is mnemonics. So this AIR these AIR genes deficiency leads to these all disease, that is CAR. Similarly, for macrophage lymphocyte interactions, when we talk about macrophage lymphocytes interactions, T1 helper cells secretes interferon gamma, which enhances the ability of monocytes and macrophage to kill microbes they ingest. This function is also enhanced by interactions of T cells, that is CD14L with CD14 on macrophage. The macrophage also activate lymphocytes through antigen presentations. Now talking about cytotoxic T cells, kills virus infected neoplastics and donor graft cells by inducing apoptosis. Release cytotoxic granules containing performed proteins, that is perforins and granzyme. This is about cytotoxic T cells. CD8 positive. Now cytotoxic T cells have CD8 positive, which binds to MSC class 1 on virus infected cells. Now talking about regulatory T cells, regulatory T cells helps maintain a specific immune tolerance by suppressing CD4 and CD8 T cells effectors functions, identified by expressions of CD3, CD4 and CD25 and FOXP3. So regulatory T cells are identified by this one: CD3, CD4, CD25 and FOX3. Now activated regulatory T cells tracks produces anti-inflammatory cytokines, that is interferon, interleukin 10 and TGF beta. Now when we talk about IPEX, that is immune dysregulations, polyendocrinopathy, enteropathy, X-linked syndrome. So it is a X-linked syndromes, genetic deficiency of FOXP3, autoimmunity, right, characterized by enteropathy, endocrinopathy, nail dystrophy, dermatitis and other autoimmune dermatologic conditions, and this is associated with diabetes in male infant.